Hello, I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
We are Jane and
NTravels.
Travels. Well, thank you for joining us. We're going to give it another go out here on the balcony place here. Last time we did it, we didn't have as strong a signal as we wanted, and we were having white washed out from the light in the background. So you don't have to really stare at us the whole time. So if I get this thing to work again. Let's see this. I can do a little bit of that. We're sitting against a blank wall, as you can see, and then on the right, that's the view.
It's nice out today, but it's windy. You can see the palm trees blowing in the wind, bending.
Well, we just began we started on, let me get the dates here, December 29th.
Right.
And today is the 16th. It's exactly, what did I say, 7 weeks since we came down to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I think next week on the 8th week, Wednesday, the exact 8th week, we'll do a little recap. People who are coming down into the same thing as us might get a little bit of info from it. So, but for today, we're going to talk a little bit and chit chat with you guys, and I also have my current travel stuff. Let's go through the track first notes. And I think I'm gonna go back and forth here, so it's not totally impersonal with the camera.
I know, look at those palm trees. It's really windy out there.
Yeah, the thing just picked up.
Yeah.
Okay, so going to chat and answers. So number one in the house was Meg. Thank you very much for coming in, Meg. Followed by Cruising Scenes.
Cruising Scenes, hello.
And Darian. Darian, I'm glad you're in here because I want to throw, I'll wait a little bit later into the show, but I want to throw out a question on a meetup that you're hosting later in this live. Let's see. We got RV Ashes in April.
Hi, Ari.
Thank you for coming in. Let's see. There's hellos. Happy Life with Mariah Hyatt.
Hi, Mariah.
She's another Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at her mixed up with the West Coast and East Coast.
Florida.
Welcome in, Mariah. Yeah, we were looking there. They have this special going on now. You get a Busch Gardens or a SeaWorld ticket, and you get the other one free. And so we're thinking of getting that, and maybe spending one day over Busch Gardens on
Yeah.
the West Coast, right?
Yeah, we're looking into that.
Hey, welcome in, Dave. Thank you for coming in.
Hey,
Dave. Hey, Nautical Nurse Nancy. Hello.
Nurse Nancy, she's got a place in Florida.
Right now she's freezing in Wisconsin.
Oh, right. I wish she was in Florida.
Let's see, Ryan. Okay, so it looks like we get through the chat. So, a little coffee, yeah, a little coffee at all. So let me bring in, let me get my other camera angle here. use that while we're doing our news items. So that's our balcony. If you can't tell, the water down there is a beautiful fountain on the left. The miniature golf kind of on the left, also behind the fountain.
Yeah, it's a very fun pool.
One of the 15 pools to the far right up there. And if you're watching the water, you should see regular live swans, also a mixture of swan boats.
There are also turtles in the water here that we found out about.
Turtles and a bunch of other cool
Yeah.
birds
Yeah.
that we're not familiar with. The days are 76 here in Cocoa on the East Coast.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so Dave's on the East Coast. These are West Coast guys. You must be here for a cruise, Dave, or I thought you were on the West Coast. Hello, cruise on the high seas, Rob. We've got a time of 2:06 here for you.
Cruising on high seas.
Okay, so Nancy, let's bring up our first 80 in St. Petersburg. Yeah, it's supposed to be 80s for the next 10 days. So
Yeah.
we're getting psyched. After
Yeah,
this,
I'm
we're
getting
heading
psyched
right
for
down to the
that.
pool.
That's what we came down here for.
All right, so our first little bit of news is from Universal Studios. Start with the theme parks down there, right?
Right.
Rumored Minions themed attraction to replace the Shrek 4D. Now, Shrek was one of our favorites.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
And it will go away very soon. And they applied for permits for a moving sidewalk.
Oh, really?
Shrek 4D officially closed on January 10th, 2022, much to the adoring fans' despair. The attraction has been a guest favorite at the Universal Studios Florida since it opened in 2003. Speculation is the new Minions attraction will be a combination of screens, projections, along with impressive physical sets. Guests will move through different scenes while possibly shooting at night.
Oh, that sounds fun. I did like Shrek a lot, though.
Kind of reminds you of the Men in Black and,
Yeah.
and the Buzz Lightyear kind of
Yeah,
rides.
yeah. That sounds fun, though, but Shrek was really good. It was one of my favorite movies as well.
Mariah's got an 80. Oh, I didn't know that, Dave. It's going to be fairly recent, right? Dave bought a house in Cocoa.
Oh, really? Congratulations. I bet you're loving it.
We have been online past week. We're looking maybe to do our last week in Florida, over on towards Cocoa Beach, so we can go to NASA,
Yeah.
Merritt Island, stuff like that. Maybe watch a few cruise ships. So we may be heading out your way in early March.
Last time we were over in Merritt Island, we saw the manatees. It was really cool. So I'm hoping we can see them again.
Okay. An Australian update. Lots been heard with Australia. So there's a couple of Australia reports we have here. But the first one is Australia's to launch a huge ad campaign to lure tourists back. Australia is reopening its borders to international visitors next week for the first time in almost 2 years due to the pandemic. Tourism of Australia this week will launch a $40 million worldwide advertising campaign for lure tourists down under, again, according to the Business News Australia. The marketing blitz will use the tagline, "Don't go small, go Australia."
Huh.
The world is looking forward to taking a holiday, and they want that holiday to be in Australia. The initial campaign will roll out in Australia's two biggest markets for tourists, which is the United States, which is, well, United States and the UK. Those are the two biggest markets.
Mhm.
London's Piccadilly Circus and New York's Times Square have large billboards and other outdoor promotions. Television spots began Sunday night and will continue for the final week of the Winter Olympics. And how many of you have been watching the Olympics? I haven't, Nancy has.
Well, I've been watching the ice skating and the skiing. That's what I really enjoyed. I did see some of the bobsledding. Mostly ice skating.
Okay, Miss Kenneth is here
Hi, Kevin.
with an R. Bring Becky Travels here. Thank you guys for coming in. Simply Jean Kenneth, thank you for coming in.
Hey, Simply Jean.
Okay. Okay, now we'll go to our first brain break. Every few news stories, we pop one of these little guys in. And we'll leave it on the screen so you can ponder it with the answer when the next brain break icon comes up. This is the first one. You walk into a room and see a bed. On the bed there are two dogs, five cats, a giraffe, six cows,
Oh, jeez.
and a goose. There are also three doves flying above the bed. How many legs are on the floor?
Oh, boy.
I'll leave that so if you get their pencils and papers out there. So one more time. You walk into a room and see a bed. On the bed there are two dogs, five cats, a giraffe, six cows, and a goose. There's also three doves flying above the bed. How many legs are on the floor? And I should have what a divider here, which I'll do. I will teach you some of the answers above. But to go just above it. All right, next news story is from NCL. Norwegian, well, I guess it's both NCL and Royal Caribbean. Norwegian Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean will no longer require face masks. Now, this has been, since I put this together last night, there's been all sorts of reports coming out of, they've lowered the rankings on islands. A lot of these islands have had the number 4, and it's very dangerous to go there. They've lowered to number 3.
Okay.
And they've actually, the CDC has been praising the cruise industry for their reaction to all this stuff.
Good.
And even comparing them, saying that they've done a better job than land tours, land vacation. So this doesn't come as any surprise. Norwegian Cruise Line and Norwegian are each relaxing onboard mask protocols that were implemented in response to the Omicron variant. Starting March 1st, Norwegian will stop all mask requirements and instead simply recommend passengers wear them indoors in crowded outdoor spaces, according to the cruise line. Norwegian originally had this protocol in place before the outbreak of the variant. The Royal Caribbean would drop this mask requirement in vaccinated-only areas of the ship on February 15th. According to Cruise Line, the company started requiring face masks in these areas in December. It will now revert to the previous policy of allowing people to go maskless. Masks are still being required to be worn in other indoor areas of the ship and when visiting public ports are required. Some ports still require masks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think this stuff is just, head over heels going to go away.
Yeah.
We have our cruise in October, and I'm hoping that the testing, that's the biggest thing that bugs me is the testing. That the testing will go away. Hello. Okay, hello. Next news story. I'd like to see this, huh? You see in there something over in that picture?
I don't have my glasses on, so.
Well, this is called. You have glasses?
Yeah.
Or read the title? Anywhere in that picture? Title of this is called Snake on Board. Air Asia flight in Malaysia was rerouted after a snake found on board the plane.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the plane, guys. And there's the snake. Right there. The domestic flight was en route with several passengers before they realized there was a snake on board the aircraft.
Yeah.
Social media users shared an image of a snake slithering through the plane's light fixtures. Once the pilot got word of unexpected extra passenger, the plane was rerouted to the city of Kuching. There, the plane was fumigated, and presumably the snake stowaway was removed. I read a couple other articles on this saying that they hadn't found the snake, so who the heck knows if it's still there or not.
That is scary.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Can't be therapy, Ray.
What?
They says no snakes on Earth.
What's that movie? Is it Snakes on a
Snakes
Plane?
on a plane or something like that. Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, this one blows up. Okay, brain with it. Let's go into this now and see what people put. So the answer to you walk into a room and see a bed. On the bed are two dogs, five cats, a giraffe, six cows, and a goose. There's also three doves flying above the bed. How many legs are on the floor?
I don't know, they're all in the bed, so just, no,
No, actually, no one got food by it, but there was
Is
a
it-
difference of, it's actually, let's see what they're saying here. We had two and four from Dave.
I was gonna
and
say
two
4 from the
Meg.
bed, but some beds don't have legs, like our bed don't have legs. This bed here
Nancy
doesn't
says
have.
4 legs from the bed.
That's what I was thinking, but our bed doesn't.
You're all on
have
the right track, but none of you got it right. The actual answer is, let me double check, let me make sure I got the right answer.
See, our bed, I was gonna say 4, but look at our bed here, it's a box,
Well,
there's no
but you know what
legs.
you're forgetting, it is, the bed is a correct part of the answer, but you're forgetting the 2 human legs. So the answer is 6.
Well, I thought about the 2 human legs, but it didn't say the human was standing near the bed.
Yeah, good, huh?
Yeah,
Let
it
me read,
didn't,
let me
because
check.
I thought about that.
You walk into a room, so you're in the room, and you see a bed.
Oh.
You're in the room with the bed,
Okay, gotcha.
so it is
Got
6. All right. Let's see.
See, look at our bed, it doesn't have legs.
I know, it's funny, I
I'm just
don't
saying.
think any of the beds we've had
No,
now,
they
how
don't
many
have
beds?
legs.
There were 4 beds in the
Yeah.
first place we stayed, or no, in the second place we stayed, 1 bed in the
Yeah.
first place, 1 bed here, and none of them had legs, they all
No.
have that
So
platform
that's
now.
why I thought it was a trick question, I was gonna say 4, and I thought you were gonna say, no, the bed doesn't have legs, so that's what I said.
A lot of people like snakes either, I don't either, you know, I don't care, bugs don't bug me again, spiders don't bother me, but snakes I can do without. Do snakes bother you a lot?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm scared of mice.
That's right.
I'd
I
rather
like mice.
deal with a snake than a mouse.
And I have no problem with,
I don't know why I'm scared of mice, but I am, and
no
snakes,
problem with mice.
I actually think snakes, some of them are very pretty with the colors and everything. There was a water snake that I saw near my work, and it had very, interesting colors and, I don't know,
A little humor. Humor just came in.
how would you look? I knew it wasn't poisonous because I looked it up, I said, oh, it's a water snake. So,
That's a good point. It's that she walked out and almost saw all the animals. So that her
There
foot
you
should be
go.
legit. We'll have to look at the
There you
look at
go.
those same judges that are
That's right,
that
judge
allowing
it.
that Russian skater to skate. Get an
Yeah.
opinion from them.
And she's in first place even
Hey,
though she
Jimmy.
had that little fall.
Okay. So the next question, we'll throw that up there, is I am beautiful up in the sky. I am magical, yet I cannot fly. To people I bring luck, to some people riches. The boy at my end does whatever he wishes. What am I?
Wow.
I'll read that one more time. I am beautiful up in the sky. I am magical, yet I cannot fly. To people I bring luck, to some people riches. The boy at my end does whatever he wishes. What am I? Is that kind of poetic?
Yeah, I
Voice.
think I might want to do it.
Hold off on that. Okay. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Okay. There's a bunch of hellos. And we'll read the answer to that after the next research. This one I like this. I think it's cool. Anytime I see a cool restaurant or a house, sometimes something like
Yeah.
this. Okay. This one is this is a visible mirrored cube tucked in the California woods.
Jeez.
I'd like to stay there. That's a bedroom.
I don't know, if I had animals coming up to me, I'd be scared like a bear. I mean, I got scared at our house when I saw the bear pull down the feeder and you could see him do that really clearly because he had the sliders. He pulled him down.
You know,
And that was scary, I can't imagine.
half a little strong on that.
Yeah.
Okay, located in the woods on a 3-acre plot, sits a mirrored glass cube. So if it's mirrored, I don't know if the animals can even see in it. The
Wow.
unique retreat includes a private glass cottage, which has a queen-size bed inside as well as use of shared amenities on the property. The glass house is a gorgeous modern design with 2 walls of thick solid glass. See, it's thick glass. You can
Yeah,
see,
okay.
which gives the illusion of being outside,
That's cool.
but feeling of cozy protection. The glass house has a very luxurious organic feeling, brilliantly bringing in the inside and the outside worlds together in a beautiful harmony. The stay also includes the use of the cube's outside lounge kitchen, a greeny redwood outdoor shower bath, along with a pool, hot tub, and hammock for relaxing. The showers, hot tub, and pool are on common spaces shared with guests staying on the property at other cottages, but you can book the entire grove for yourself and up to 4 guests if you want total privacy. So there's your bedroom, right?
Yeah,
This is mirrored, so
huh,
you can see out, but
they can't see it?
certainly they can't see, and that's the look from the outside. So it's basically
Wow.
just a bedroom.
Yeah,
That's what they're seeing from the outside.
okay,
And then
cool.
there's all the shared stuff. I guess that's the kitchen area there. Yeah, these are different places to stay. I assume another kitchen area there.
What's the cost of
I
staying
don't
here?
say
Wow,
it's in the California woods though, so we won't get over there anytime soon.
no,
A lot of answers just popping through on that question.
I think I see the right
And it's
answer.
given his disclaimer so that no one gets offended if they didn't feel personal. Hello. Thank you very much, Kevin, for sharing it. Welcome in, Paul Vines. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I guess if Kevin's gotten any sleep, I assume he caught up on a little
I
sleep.
hope so.
But who knows? You still see him out there every time you turn on
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay.
What they raise, about 4 grand?
I found the count was right around 4 grand. I think,
Yeah,
a little
that's
over
good.
4 grand.
That's excellent.
Another Australian story.
Ooh, another awesome story. What's this about?
Australia again extending cruise shipping ban through April 17, 2022. So it's very weird because they're opening all this stuff up, advertising everything for land travel, but it doesn't seem like they have any travel, they're allowing any kind of cruising right now.
Yeah.
Australia has once again extended its cruise shipping ban, this time through April 17, 2022, adding 2 months that was scheduled to expire on February 17th. The Australian Minister of Health attributed the extension to concerns over the Omicron variant and a wave of cases in Australia. Australia's version of CLIA,
Yeah.
had a difficult time over 2021 persuading Australian officials to develop a framework to start cruising, saying September that discussions had gone nowhere and officials had ignored outreach efforts. So CLIA is the represents the cruise lines
Right, I
themselves,
know
kind of
that.
fights for the
Yeah.
cruise line.
Yeah.
In a statement Friday, the health minister said that the national cabinet had agreed that the federal government would develop a plan to restart sailings over the coming months. She hopes that this will be the last extension for the cruise ships before returning to Australia. It's been a long way for them, huh?
Yeah, it has.
Okay, make with it out the 4,300 was the balance.
5,300. Very good.
Okay.
Oh,
What is that you
that
say?
thing is so cute.
We at our live for this, for the Helping Hands, we had a set of Australian trivia questions. And I looked back, I can't figure out where this conversation came up, but the conversation started on the wombat. So we had to find out what the wombat is.
Yeah.
It seemed like a lot of you people did not know what a wombat
A
was.
wombat.
So that is a wombat.
He looks so cute.
That's
He or
what
she.
they
He
say
looks
it's
so cuddly.
On the description, they say an ugly, dwarf-like bear. It looks like a dwarf
No,
bear.
he's cute. He's
Isn't
not
he cute?
ugly. Yeah, very cute.
You guys think he's cute?
He's got a cute little koala looking face.
Someone did ask if a wombat could be kept as a pet. They're
Oh.
not very good pets.
No, huh? Can't train a wombat?
You can't train a wombat now.
Well, maybe if someone does it, they might become babies.
The
Wow.
other question
That
that
is
came up
scary
during this,
looking.
we had a trivia question on what was the largest,
Oh my gosh.
I forget, the
Marsupial?
largest marsupial that was a carnivore or something like that. Whatever it was, the answer was
Look at those teeth.
the Tasmanian devil. Now, most of you probably would not want a Tasmanian devil as a pet.
No.
I have a T-shirt with it said devil, the Tasmanian devil on it, one of the Warner Brothers ones.
Yeah.
But we were curious what it looked like. And since
Yeah,
we
they
were
look
talking about it on
vicious.
the otherwise, we figured we'd show you that was a Tasmanian devil.
Look at his eyes. He looks like he's gonna tear you apart.
That's not a very friendly
No.
looking thing.
No, I'll take a wombat. over a Tasmanian devil.
You know, neither one would probably be a good idea.
Right. Well, if you can make a wombat into a pet, who knows? Somebody might be able to do that. I don't think I can make a Tasmanian devil into a pet. Wouldn't want to.
All right, so the question was, I am beautiful up in the sky, and magical yet I cannot fly. To people I bring luck, and to some people riches. The boy at my end does whatever he wishes. What am I?
Is it a leprechaun and a rainbow or a leprechaun?
It's a rainbow, yeah.
Rainbow?
And everyone got it.
Yeah. Let's get some. Saw
I
a
guess
rainbow
that should have
today.
been my first question because it wasn't as, everyone got that,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we saw a rainbow today. I took a picture of it.
So it is a rainbow, the answer to that question. Okay. All right, so the next brain break question is number 3. Okay, a woman is sitting in a woman is sitting in her hotel room and hears a knock at the door. She opens the door to see a man she's never met before. He says, "I'm sorry, I have made a mistake. I thought this was my room." Now she got suspicious. I couldn't get all this in there. She got suspicious and called hotel security. Why was she suspicious? I'll read it one more time. The
Why
woman
was she
was sitting in her
suspicious?
hotel room and hears a knock at the door. She opens the door to see a man she's never met before. He said, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I thought this was my hotel room." How did she know he was lying?
Ooh.
All right. Next question, next news item. This I thought was pretty funny. You know who Jeff Bezos is?
Yeah, he's the, don't tell me, I know who, he's Amazon. He's the creator and owner of Amazon. Bezos.
Is that how it's
I
pronounced,
think
Bezos?
I think it's Bezos, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, he's worth a lot of money.
Well,
He just got divorced from his wife.
oh really?
Yeah, and she got quite a bit of money from
Yeah, I
him.
would think so. You know a lot more about him than I do. Okay. All right. Nearly 5,000 people have signed up to throw eggs at Jeff Bezos' super yacht when it sails through the Dutch city of Rotterdam this summer. The planned protest comes in the wake of the news that billionaire Amazon founder
Found him, yeah.
found this $500 million vessel would require dismantling a historic bridge in order to reach open waters. A Facebook page in the event shows 4,800 people are planning to attend and 16,200 more are interested in attending. The 95-year-old Collins Haven Bridge, a local landmark, stands in the way of the 417-foot-long triple-mast sailing yacht.
Oh my
The bridge
gosh.
has clearance of 131 feet, and the city officials have given permission for the middle section to be removed
You kidding?
and then replaced.
No.
I'm sure he's giving the town a heck of a lot of money.
He's a billionaire.
And one of the people interviewed, normally if your ship doesn't fit under a bridge, you make the ship small. When you
Yeah,
happen to be the richest person on earth,
right.
just make any municipality dismantle the monument.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Money talks.
So he wants, so right now you have 5,000 people standing on this bridge with eggs.
Oh
rotten eggs,
my, great.
to throw at their ship.
Oh my gosh.
And the first picture is the first picture, that's the actual bridge.
Where's the bridge again?
This is the bridge right
Yeah,
here.
but where is it?
Oh, it's in Rotterdam.
What?
Dutch. Dutch City,
Okay.
Rotterdam.
Okay.
And so there's some section here they're gonna dismantle. And so that this guy can get this
Oh
3 mast,
my
this
gosh.
won't make a $500 million ship.
No,
that
that's
does it.
just pretty weird looking. Kind of ugly, if you ask me.
Okay. They're doing back and forth with the answer. That's funny. Okay. Sharon says, love watching you with the swans. Yes, you haven't
Oh,
watched
yeah.
Short.
They're beautiful.
We've got two swans at this pond right outside, and never been close to swans
No,
before.
never.
And there's some of the different lakes around here. The birds out here,
It's
some we've
beautiful.
never seen before from New Hampshire. But the birds come up on shore. We found a pond on this property that we went yesterday for an hour. I brought cat food down with me just for that reason. I keep the little pill things that we carry around. And these ducks were coming out of the water and eating out of our hands. And then
Yeah.
when we ran low on food, they started just pecking at our
It's like,
ankles
hey.
to get us more.
Yeah, hey, give me more food.
Yeah.
And there were two more swans over at that pond too, so we think there's four.
Well, at least
Total.
four. There's at least
Yeah,
four.
there's two here and two over the other pond, yeah.
But they
And
actually,
also, to our surprise, there were huge turtles.
Yeah.
Huge.
and the turtles were coming up too.
Yeah,
It
they
was
were
the
coming up.
funniest thing.
Yeah, they're all coming over to us. As we sat on the bench, and the next thing you know, all these ducks.
We've never got within 50 feet of a swan before.
No,
and
never.
these two were just sitting up on it. They like the clover in the grass. And the food I'm feeding them was not the food I took down, because they have signs out there saying don't feed the swans on special diets.
Yeah,
So what we're doing them is giving the same grass, the grass and
yeah. We just picked up the
Clover,
grass
right?
and just held our hand out and they ate.
right. But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, it's only
Yeah,
44
they're
seconds long. So
beautiful.
take a look
Beautiful
at it.
birds. I've never gotten that close to a swan in my life.
Okay. This one of our moderators, Larry from NTravels, has been wanting to do a shark thing. So with the
Really?
sharks,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
So I
that's on
saw
my
this and I
own.
thought this is perfect.
That's not on my
perfect,
bucket list. No, not
this is
for
shark
me.
diving. And some
No.
people I think some people maybe in here have done
Yeah?
swim with the sharks. I don't know.
Wow, no, not on my list.
Actually,
I swam with the dolphins, we both did. But,
Actually, I see Amy in here. Welcome in, Amy.
I'll swim with
thought
the
she had told
dolphins
me
again.
she tried
Really?
swimming with the sharks.
Yeah, I'll do dolphins, but not sharks.
So
And I was even a little scared to do the dolphins at first, but it was fun.
it's pretty hard to get a shark dive, okay? There are only 4 places in the entire world where you're guaranteed to see great whites, and one of them is with a company based out of San Diego, California,
Mm-hmm.
called Shark Dive. Okay, this is a big adventure you have to go on just to swim with these sharks. The adventure like this does start with an in-depth planning process that will guide you through which they guide you through, right? Sit down, you fill out tons of paperwork,
Yeah.
special insurance you have to get,
Oh, do you?
and any preparation to getting to the boat and heading to Mexico, because you have to leave from Mexico.
They leave from Mexico.
Yeah. Be sure to check into the testing protocol.
So is it
That's another thing.
Tijuana, Mexico? That
No.
would be the place.
No, it's not Tijuana. So then you gotta go through right now, the testing protocols, like every place else. Let's see, where we're going here. The day you leave the excursion, you'll meet in a hotel in San Diego. You'll split up into 2 vans and head about 2 hours over the Mexican border, where you'll go through customs, you'll scan your bags, and you have your passport scanned. After about a 2-hour drive, the group will meet at a hotel in Mexico to store their luggage so they can grab something to eat. Get a glass of local wine, walk around the marina, and get to know the rest of the group. Once everything's ready and all the test results are back, so they can't go out till everyone's got their test results back, they will tag and bring your luggage to the boat. Okay, now they bring all your luggage from the hotel to the boat. But it doesn't sound like you spend that first night at the hotel. That's
okay.
kind of a meetup spot.
Yeah, neither.
It takes nearly 20 hours to get to Guadalupe Island, where the great white sharks are.
20
So
hours?
they'll let you get a good night's sleep. It's on the boat. Following day is filled with safety procedures, cage diving protocols, and relaxing on the boat before arriving at the island around 5 or 6 p.m.
Mhm.
Early in the morning, around 5:45 a.m., the deckhands perform the Great Tuna Massacre. Okay?
No.
Great Tuna Massacre is where they take out a chainsaw and cut up huge tunas and use them for the bait.
Oh, well, I figured it had to do with cutting up tuna, but.
The cages open up at 6:30 a.m. and stay open until 6 p.m. All of the meals prepared by the chefs were spectacular.
Mhm.
During the 3 days anchored, they go over the sharks that they saw each night. So they do day of diving, and on the ship boat at night they go over what they saw and all that kind of stuff. And they do this for 3 days,
Wow.
probably 2 days of actual diving, I'm guessing.
Boy, this sounds
Like
like
you say, it's a once in a life
costly.
experience.
Is it costly?
I can imagine there was no price attached to this. I can imagine that if I was going to do that, probably more for that than it would be for a cruise, right?
Probably.
Some,
That doesn't appeal to me at all, so. How about you? Would you want to do it?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm big into the kayaking. I'd rather go on a nice relaxing cruise.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Taking the lows and questioning. All right. So the next story, back to the cruising on a normal cruise ship without shots. Carnival Cruise Line announces deployment plans through October. I mean, things are really starting to show some happy signs, man.
That's good.
Carnival Cruise Line announced the next phase of its 2022 fleet deployment update, plans to operate the entire fleet in May. So they expect everything to be back to full service in May.
I hope so.
With the opening of the Alaska season in May, Carnival will have returned its entire fleet to service. So that's what's waiting for the final ship to go up to Alaska. Less than 10 months after resuming operations. I wasn't one of these cruise lines that kept the pace that they promised of coming back. Beginning in early March, 4 cargo ships were moved, resulting in new home ports for some cruise ships and new seasonal service for others. They got a whole list of these ships that are going to be relocated, but I'm sure people that are on these ships know by now, so I won't go through the whole list. And that was the one bad thing. A lot of the ships that people had already booked,
Yeah.
they're moving around. Carnival is notifying book guests and travel advisors about these changes, which will result in a transfer of reservations for the new ship assignments. Guests impacted by the changes will not have access to the booking for up to 2 weeks as the Carnival completes the process to move their bookings through ships and provide equivalent updates. I was talking to Edna, Edna's wrote
Yeah.
YouTube, and she's on one of these that was relocated.
Oh, really?
She went from one to the other, and I
Yeah.
asked her if because it's not bad if you have a better ship, right?
Right, right.
But if you have a small ship, one
No,
year, she
that's
said that she was
disappointing.
actually, I think when we made the 2 ships, she was actually being transferred to a bigger ship.
Oh, that's good. Good for her. Now she's going on the cruise in October.
No.
No, I thought she was on that one. Okay, no.
Nope. Yeah. All right. So,
Oh, the man is knocking on the hotel door. I forgot what was the brain day. Okay, so the woman answers the door and strange man says, "This is my room."
can you read it?
No, I just
I
don't
know,
know what
like
he
last
said.
year, we read it. A woman is sitting in her hotel room and hears a knock at the door. She opens the door to see a man she's never met before. He says, "I'm sorry, I have made a mistake. I thought this was my room." I thought this might fool some people. So far, we haven't fooled any of this. And this is another one that they got right. Go back to okay. Meg said the reason she knew something suspicious was because he knocked.
Oh,
Because if it was his
yeah.
room, why would you knock, right?
Right.
If you trying to turn the door knob.
Right,
And he said the same thing. So those are the correct answers.
because he knocked. Right.
So Meg and
Everybody
Dave,
would
you
be
win the pretend prize here. With the ship not on a stick there. And Meg said she put herself in a situation. That's true. We think the way through,
Yeah,
right?
that's
We're in the room,
good.
bang,
Yeah,
comes
you're
up
like,
on
wait
the
a
door.
minute.
Sorry, I thought this was my room.
Yeah.
Why'd you not? Let's see. Hello. That is a good counter argument, Nancy. He said he might have forgotten his key and thought his wife was inside.
Ooh, that's
a good,
true.
good counter
Because
argument.
I would knock if I locked myself out and
What
I
you did
knocked.
this morning.
Yeah, and I knocked on the door.
She was in her pajamas and put herself outside the door.
It wasn't my
Locked
pajamas.
herself out in the hallway.
I'm like, hurry up, open the door. I was knocking. Yeah, the service here is really good. Anytime you need anything, you just pick up the phone and they get it to you right away. And if you need trash pickup, you just pick up the phone and they come and get it for you. They're very fast.
This has been, I think next Wednesday we'll talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
There's been such a total difference on the resorts. This is our third one. We'll probably have a couple more to go. And
Very nice
the
here.
first one was a condo, but you basically were in charge of all your stuff.
Yeah,
They gave you a starter kit, you had to go out and get toilet paper, whatever else you
right.
needed. This one's unbelievable. We
Oh
had
my
bags
God.
of coffee there because we asked just for a refill on some stuff, and they bring a bag full of all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and they have housekeeping services, so, after being here 2 weeks, they called asking us if we need housekeeping services, but we declined. We washed our own sheets, but we did ask for another set of towels and, some more TP and, coffee and, some cleaning supplies, like they give you a bunch of, dishwashing, liquid and, laundry detergent.
Right.
They're well stocked.
Nancy said, tried to open the wrong door. We thought, I think it was all, haven't we all done that at some
Oh,
point?
yeah, yeah.
In fact, I did that
You
at
did that
this
with the,
one.
yeah, I said, but
It
there's a
wasn't
wrong,
opening, I was on the wrong floor.
yeah, yeah. I said, you're on the wrong floor, Jan.
That's even worse, right? When you go to the wrong, I'm on the fourth floor and I'm at the third floor trying to get my key to work in the door. That's the other nutty thing, too. Even the locks are so different. But
I
the
know.
first condo we were at, what was it? We typed in a combo and
Yeah,
then you turn
Then
the
you turn
deadbolt,
it,
right?
yeah, you turn the deadbolt, you type in a condo and then you just turn it. Now here we have a key,
This is like
like a
ship,
credit
like
card
cruise ship or
key, yeah,
something,
like
right?
a
You just
cruise
scan
ship,
that.
yeah.
You know, when we get someone at our door, like I say, we stop a couple times, we try to ignore it at the beginning. So you're right. Hopefully people just ignore it for a little while, figuring people are on the wrong door.
Yeah,
Because it is
that has
90% of
happened,
the time, it
said,
is
it's not like
a
someone's
mistake.
coming in.
Jimmy's listening in while he's working. Jimmy, are you at the fire station or are you home?
Well, I have a
He
place,
sent me, he was doing this, does his walk every morning,
yeah,
and he was, talking about, he's got a tiki bar he made in his back porch.
oh, nice.
So Jimmy is from the opposite side of, we're both southern New Hampshire, but we're from the west side, he's from the east side. And so a tiki thing is unusual in New Hampshire, but you get, during the summer, it's nice and warm, you go out there and
Sounds
the reason,
nice.
right, we had done a video on the Polynesian, which is probably our best meal down
Oh,
there.
yeah, very nice.
That the kids took us to the Polynesian resort, has a restaurant called the House.
Oh, highly recommend it. Yeah, we hadn't eaten there, let's see, probably in 17 years, because I think our daughter was 13 when we ate there for our anniversary, and we loved it then, and 17 years later, it's
So
fantastic.
the kids surprised us, they came down for 2 weeks at the beginning of our journey to Florida, and we went there for dinner. And when he was walking, he was talking about how Manos is tiki.
Oh,
tiki
yeah,
house. So, yeah, if you're thinking of eating down there, it's
Yeah.
a great restaurant.
it is
And
expensive,
how
but
far,
it's worth
Nancy,
the
you are
food.
from Disney World. I consider it the best resort on Disney
Oh, I love
property, the Polynesian.
We
have
haven't
gone
heard,
there.
we've been resort hopping, so we can let you know
Yeah,
what we think of all these resorts, although we haven't stayed there, we have toured them.
if there are people that enjoy the Disney area as much as we do, there are a lot of little hints. Like yesterday we spent the whole day, we went to a resort and climbed on the Skylines, which is like
It's a ride in itself.
you know, those things on the
It's like
wire.
a ski lift,
Ski
a
lift,
gondola.
right. And gondola, that's what I'm looking for. And we took that to Epcot, got out, walked around, took
Yeah.
that somewhere else. We had no parking, it's just kind of did the ride. We do that with the monorail. We've been over the Polynesian several times. There's a water show which I recorded and can't find. Which
We'll have to
probably
do
go
it
back over
again.
to it again. There's fireworks you can see from the beach of the Polynesian over the castle. So all the resorts have some. You can do a lot on Disney property.
Yeah, and
with,
yesterday,
without spending a penny.
right, yesterday, one of the cast members was saying, well, if you come back at 9 o'clock, you can see the, fireworks. So you can see them after getting off the skyline, you can,
Right.
you don't have to go into the park, you don't have a ticket, you can just get off the skyline and you can stand there and watch the fireworks.
So if you live in Florida, you have something just to do that, don't want to spend any money. Everything at Disney is so aesthetically pleasing. Right?
Yeah, it was fun going to, the Swan and the, Dolphin, we hadn't, toured those in many, many years, and there are some,
We live on a can.
yeah, there are some cute icons in the lobby. You saw R2D2. You got a picture of
Yeah,
that.
they have the one, some of the replicas used in the
Yeah,
film because
yeah.
Disney owns Star Wars
Right.
now.
It was
Jimmy
a
is at
nice
the
wall.
firehouse, okay.
Oh, our son was a firefighter. Actually, he still is, but he doesn't do it as much because he's a police officer now. So it's a great job. He loved it.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're right. You're not gonna eat any meals on Disney property on the cheap.
No.
And this was quite expensive,
It was, but
almost 300, I think, for the four of us, right?
yeah.
With
It
no
was,
drink, with
it
no
is all you
drinks
can
either.
eat, so you don't go away hungry, which is nice.
And you can, if you get in the right seat, see the fireworks from the Yohanas,
Mm,
or just walk around the resort.
mm.
All right, so let me put,
We did eat at Whispering Canyon when we went with your folks, and we really liked that. That was a good meal
Yeah.
there. That was very, very nice.
okay, so the last brain break question, and I think this is the hardest one. I'm kind of surprised anyone gets this. But I will read it to you, and you can ponder it. I am a five-letter word, and people eat me.
Ooh.
Remove the first letter, and I become an energy form.
A what
Every-
form?
Energy
Oh, energy.
form.
Okay.
My accent from you? If you remove the first two letters, I am needed to live. Scramble the last three letters, and I am a drink.
Oh, boy.
What is the word we are talking about? So I'll read it one more time, and then we'll answer it once you get through this last
So,
new section. I am a five-letter word, and people eat me. Remove the first letter, and I become an energy form. If you remove the first two letters, I am needed to live. Scramble the last three letters, and I am a brain. Curious to see if anyone gets this. I bet this is the hardest of the lot.
Did you get this?
No. Okay. Now, last section of the course is Nance. Is the 12 updates. They have 12? I don't think there's 12 there. No, it's not 12. Why is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 updates from Florida Parks. Okay. You're probably familiar with this genie. If you need a little bit of a lesson on it, we did an interview and on how to work the genie a little bit. So you might want to peek at that before you come down to Disney. But Genie is this Genie, which is the app, free app they use now on your, you can't run it without a smartphone.
oh, I know.
Tell times and book things, stuff
Well,
like that.
even here, they have a train schedule, but it's not posted. They have the, you have to, it's,
You have to scan the
yeah, you have
Q code,
yeah,
that
you have
code
to
is.
scan the code in with your phone to see what the schedule
Right.
is. You think they could post the schedule?
So we're standing down there in our bathing suits, no pockets for a
Yeah.
phone, while it didn't come. Next time down there, we had our phones, we scanned it,
Yeah.
and so the schedule was only run Friday through Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
You think they put a little sign with the hours?
I know, you
don't
think they could do that. I mean, you're walking around, you're not always having your phone
How
on.
many restaurants you have to use that now?
Oh, I know.
Like on the ship too.
Everything.
At least the ship, they have a paper menu that you ask for, you can use it.
Yeah. I mean, even our your dentist appointments, they always send me a reminder, leave email and stuff like that. It's like,
I know, for our generation,
tech,
Nancy,
high
it's a
tech.
little, we play with it, but I don't know. So, the Genie Plus though is a paid version. The Genie Plus is a thing, instead of Fast Pass now, and you think they'd have those free fast passes to these, but they don't exist anymore. And they're kind of sneaky, they get you two ways. You pay $15 for the initial Genie Plus, which allows you on every ride in that one park, that one day, except for the two best rides.
yeah, that's
And then
crazy,
if you want to
huh?
go to two best rides, you have to pay an additional,
15.
well, beginning of 10 to 15
10
per
to
ride.
15 per ride, wow.
Right. So, Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane are a big hit, as Disney CEO Bob Chapek said. When discussing Disney's most recent financial results, Bob Chapek recently revealed that the Genie Plus upcharge has been very popular with guests, saying in an interview that more than a third of the domestic park guests purchased the Genie Plus Lightning Lane or both,
Really?
with more than 50% purchasing the upcharge during the holiday period. That's it.
Wow.
In the holiday, you probably need it.
Yeah, I
So
would think
fast.
so, yeah.
But it's So you look at your ticket, you're paying 100, let's say 130 for your ticket, now you're gonna tack on another 15,
Right.
and even another 15
I was
if you
gonna
want the
say,
big
no,
rides that you're there for, right?
Well, I guess what's another $30 when you pay on 100 some odd dollars, or like, what the heck? I'll do another 30 so I can get the ride I wanted to ride.
Okay, the cavalcades, we enjoyed the cavalcades, it was like a shortened version of the parades.
Oh, yeah, we did,
And we
very
heard they were
much.
gonna end them. Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade comes to Magic Kingdom. The new Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade debuted this week at Magic Kingdom, featuring 30 characters, including ones from Moana, Coco, The Jungle Book, Zootopia, and more. So I don't know if that means they have just more of them, like the 30 is spread
Yeah.
around, or if they're thinking, you remember that way back when, like at that park, you have a double-decker bus full up,
Yeah,
and all these characters would empty out, and you can go get your picture. So I don't know if it's close to something like that.
yeah, we have a lot of great character pictures with us and the kids, but it's a shame we couldn't have done that again this year.
Okay, okay, capture your moment. Private photo pass sessions coming to Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Guests are now able to book a 20-minute private photo pass capture your moment session at Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios beginning February 24th and March 21. So the 24th, February 24th will be at Epcot and March 21st at the studios. The price of these sessions has raised from $50 to $79. So now you used to be able to at least get the pictures out there.
Yeah,
Now if you want a private one, you have to pay. I always thought you could do that as part of your package, which you probably could back then. Yeah. The Walt Disney World Park Pass reservations now available through 2024. You can now make reservations. So it looks like these reservations that we didn't really care for are going to be around for a long time now. We have to register the park
oh,
for that day.
right,
Because they're now taking reservations on the park reservations through
2024.
2024.
Wow.
Disney Parks pass availability calendar now says all the way to January 2024. For those planning trips the next few years, to make sure to get your advanced reservation in. Now that's something. See, we got to figure it out. If they ever come back with the annual passes here,
Yeah,
and Nancy, I was going to answer. We went back and forth after one of the videos on. She was in Disney with her daughter. Really nice vacation she had, and I asked her if she has her annual pass, if she got that. She said she wasn't entitled to the Disney cruise yet and um, the annual pass because they're not a resident here long enough.
oh,
And I had heard I don't know about the ship, but I had heard for the pass for the parks, you just need an address, like if you must be getting an electric bill or something. So if you do want that, you might want to check into it.
yeah, don't you have to be a resident for at least 6 months?
What?
Don't you have to be a Florida resident for at least 6 months to get?
Well, no, I thought, and I may have it wrong. I thought though, once you had an address, remember a month before we came down, they said they wanted, if you had an address, like a electric bill or something, they would take it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. Okay, this happy little guy, you can't tell it's a mask. Universal Studios, Florida's rocks mask requirements. Universal
Yay.
Orlando Resort has updated mask policy on their official site to state that masks are now once again optional for guests indoors. Previously, masks required inside due to the Omicron surge, and rumors are out there that Disney is going to probably follow soon if they haven't while we're sitting in, right?
Right.
And the last
Ooh, that
one,
was
this is
good.
probably the most exciting one for all you out there. Peppa Pig theme park, which I have no
Peppa
idea
Pig.
what a Peppa Pig is, but some people seem to know. Announces menu for Miss Rabbit's Diner. Peppa Pig theme park is open for just a few months. Has announced some menu items from Miss Rabbit's Diner, which will serve plenty of kid-friendly fare, including grilled cheese sandwiches, peanut butter, jelly sandwiches, chicken salads, roasted pizzas, and mac and cheese. For adults dining, location will offer an exotic rice and quinoa bowl, a juicy smoked brisket melt, and margarita-style flatbread. Restaurant will also offer plenty of sweet treats, including a signature chocolate or strawberry muddy bubble milkshake.
Oh,
That's very
boy.
good. Could you eat that, Nick?
I can't eat ice cream.
All right, so the brain break. Before we give this last brain break answer, I want to just reach out and ask people out there. I guess Darian is organizing a meetup in Helen, Georgia, which we're trying to fight through our schedule. We're committed to a resort through the 12th, so we'll see what we can do. But is anyone in this chat going to that? I'm curious if some of the names I saw are any of the people in the chat. And why do you answer that? Before I answer the thing, let me just go through the chat. Okay, not gonna get the answer yet. No, no, no. Oh, welcome in, Sean, down on the
Hey,
cruises.
Sean,
Assume it's you, Sean.
I heard you raised 4,300.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the helping hands.
Nice.
A great job by you and the people that did all the work,
Yeah.
basically.
That's fantastic.
Sean, I had a couple, I don't know if you missed them, but I did do a couple Australian stories earlier. Okay, Meg is going. All right, it was like, I didn't know it's on the Facebook page.
Oh, she's going to the
Make-
meetup
See
in
if it was
Helen.
the same Meg. Okay, it is
Okay,
Meg.
nice.
You have a schedule on it. I gotta read that closely. Yeah, our problem, it's not a problem, but we're gonna leave here on March 5th and we're gonna go over to the coast to the 12th to try and do NASA and stuff like that, or Kennedy Space Center and stuff like that, which is right in the middle of the weekend. So we're trying to look in and see if there's a feasible way we could, maybe cancel the last day or two and come up. I just gotta find out how long. Anyone know how long the drive it is from either Orlando or maybe over in like Titusville, right? That area up to Helen, Georgia, and what the main, I gotta look online, because none of our little triptychs. Triptych, for any of you that are not aware, is something that we've been getting since we're first driving from AAA, which lays on that trip, and we got one, it's a map, a paper map, and it's one that we got coming down here, we got
Yeah.
one going home, but with no deviation, so.
Well, I mean, you do have a
Very
GPS,
welcome,
so
Sean.
you can plug it into the
Yeah,
GPS.
we
I
trust
mean,
those GPSs.
yeah, so they got steered us along the way.
Okay, yeah, we actually, our, last night, Darian, we laid in bed, Nancy was half watching the Olympics, I played that
Video.
video from Helen, Georgia. What I gotta do is contact you, I don't know if we're supposed to, look at come up if we need to make reservations through you, or how that whole thing works.
What a cute town, though. It looked
No.
really, really cute.
Nancy fell in love with her
I
watching the
did.
video.
I thought it was adorable.
Okay, so in the last 2 minutes, let's go back up and check. Anyone else that's going to Helen, if you just throw a little thing in there, I'd be very curious. Okay, where is my number?
And the waterfalls there look beautiful, but I don't know how far the waterfalls are from the town itself.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of stuff to do, but we're not sure how close to
Yeah, how
downtown.
close that
That's,
would be,
we can
yeah.
look into all that stuff.
But they look
So
beautiful.
Meg is thinking right now, this is a trivia question.
Meg's thinking about the trivia question.
Nancy
Okay.
thinks it's gotta have the word heat in it,
Has the word what?
heat in it, because you have a source, right?
Oh, heat.
Or not, well, it's, stick to your first, your gut feeling.
Could have warm.
I don't know where Meg pulled this out of, but look at that,
What? Who got it?
it's wheat,
Wheat?
yeah.
So warm would be
So, well, let me read the question here. Okay,
wheat.
oh, where'd it go?
So the drink, I'm trying to think of.
Okay, so a 5-letter word, right? So take the word wheat.
Wheat.
People eat wheat, you
People
know that,
eat
right?
wheat,
You
yeah.
move the first letter, so take the W
Oh,
off,
you
where
got
you got heat,
heat, right.
it becomes an energy source. If you remove the first 2 letters, which is W-E, I am heated to live, you have to eat
Heat,
to live.
yeah, right. Oh, that's cool.
And then the letters left is E-A-T, right? Scramble the last 3
Yeah.
letters and I am a drink. What's a drink?
Tea.
Tea.
Very good. That's a good
Excellent.
one. So Nancy was right with the heat. You're on the
Yeah,
right
you
track.
get like a partial point or something. I started with heat. That's a good way to do it,
Yeah,
though.
start
Start
with
in the middle and
heat
try
and
to
say,
work your
okay,
way
there's
out.
a heat is gonna be in the word.
So the word is wheat.
Okay.
Meg,
That's
you're very
very good.
good at this.
Very, very good.
Smiley pants. Meg. So close. All right, let's see, anyone last, trying to make something of air, but it didn't work. I gotta go drink of air.
No. They
And
like,
someone else gotta do math. Well,
Well,
we
yeah.
guarantee, Meg, next time we do this, I'm gonna have at least one math problem in this, you can't get them all in. I'm only kidding. Excellent job.
good job.
Here in energy form. That's funny. And 6:52 for Sean down in
Wow.
Australia, and we are 3 o'clock on the nose.
3 o'clock in the
Which
afternoon,
means,
sunny
let's
afternoon.
see, don't even ask me what kind of drink you make from air. You probably couldn't get there and make some kind of drink. What's that tea called, that weird tea,
Bubble tea?
That probably has something to do with that, right? Hello. Let's see, Nancy, oh, that's cool, Jane, and I didn't realize
What?
it was only in a dress.
What was that?
That's cool, Jane, didn't realize it was only in a dress. What did I say about that? It was just only a dress. Oh, it's probably something I just read. I started with 3 letter, and you started with 3 letter words for drink, you came up with feed,
Oh,
and
really?
then came up with heat, just couldn't come up with weed.
Yeah, well, that was good
That's pretty
though.
good. It worked.
Got
I guess it
two.
worked backwards on
Yeah,
that.
that's very logical, very good.
We got Darian and Meg right out of here right now, they're gonna be now.
Darian and Meg.
Page, going to the last of the. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, we would appreciate it. I think next Wednesday, it will be exactly 2 months since we came down to Florida. I think our show will just be, probably won't do the news stuff, we'll just sit here and go through the different things that we experienced, maybe to help someone, but maybe be interested in what we have here. Welcome in, Eric B.
Hi, Eric. Are you in Florida? He's
Oh,
coming
I
to
didn't
Florida.
realize, Darian, you're free. Yeah, I gotta text you, Eric, because I wanna know if you still plan on coming to Florida. Um, he's 3 hours from home. For some reason,
Hey,
Darian, I
what?
thought you were right near home. He's 3 hours.
Oh,
from
he
home.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
no.
got a little bit of a ride. Yeah, okay.
Let's see, thank you, Sharon. Guys. Yeah, I'm assuming, Darren, they probably should have played with you first. As soon as this is an open invitation, you want as many people as possible, but probably should have run by him first. Because he's putting everyone up at his house, and he wants actually to get a hotel.
Anybody wants to come, go to Darren's house. You're renting a van from your house, right? Or a limo, a stretch limo, I think?
It's funny, I was talking to Jimmy, did I watch this? No, I'm trying to get who was watched this morning. I think it was live yesterday. And he was, no, I think it was this morning. He was walking in southern New Hampshire, our neck of the woods, and it was 5 degrees out, I think he said.
Yeah, he's
Okay?
walking his dog, as he does every morning.
And we're
Oh,
complaining if we don't hit 80, right? Well, they have 60 people already on this.
60? Wow.
Gary, is the guest list that you have on your Facebook, is that updated? Thank you, Nancy. She's telling Nancy, what's the chart? Yeah, Nancy, I don't know what you're talking about. This past weekend, Sean Delana, as you probably know, started helping hands for cruising, which is to give a cruise, at least one cruise a year to someone that will never be able to cruise for either limitation financially or otherwise. And they had the cruisathon this past weekend for it. Okay. I had to postpone Disney to a later year and do a year in
Ooh,
June for 3 o'clock. You know,
nice.
Eric, you can easily go to Epcot and cover a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
more of
yeah.
Europe than you would like flying over there.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Nice trip.
Words to the wise from Amy to everyone out there. And that's why I think they, this is the fence over the balconies at the resort right now. That is there for one reason. They were telling us that's because too many people were dropping their phones off the balcony.
Oh, jeez.
And either break them on the sidewalk or hitting someone below.
Wow.
So maybe the ships, it's time that they screen in their balconies, right? All right. That will be it, Nance. We've hit 3 o'clock mark. we really appreciate everyone dropping in.
Yeah, thanks to our moderators, I think Penny, our moderator Penny was in today.
Darian was in.
Darian was in,
Maybe
who else? I don't,
So thank you very much for helping out. Thanks for tuning in. We probably will come live next Wednesday, like I said, do a recap of the first 2 months here. And I don't know if we'll pop up during the weekend or not. So everyone, have a great weekend. We're gonna go out and jump into the hot tub and the pool. So thank you for coming in.
stay young, have fun, have a magical day.
Bye bye.